Всем привет и добро пожаловать на мой канал. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you don't miss your next Russian lesson. So in today's lesson, we're gonna have a look at some basic categories of Russian grammar that you as a learner of Russian language must know. So the first category that we're going to have a look at is the gender of nouns. Well, I know that for an English speaker that is something new because in English language there is no such thing as a gender of a noun. So this is something that you have to actually learn. What is important for you to know is that every noun in Russian language has actually a gender. And there are three groups. So we have feminine nouns, masculine nouns, and neutral nouns. And of course the question is, how do you know if a noun is feminine, masculine, or neutral? I have a few tips for you on how to decide whether a noun is a feminine, masculine, or neutral. So let's have a look first of all at the masculine nouns. If a noun ends with a consonant letter, then it is considered to be a masculine noun, like in the examples. Dom, a house, it's a masculine noun. It ends with a consonant M, like stool ends with a consonant again, and it's a masculine noun. Or if it ends with the letter Y, like an example of tramvaj. So if it ends with the letter Y, then it is also a masculine noun. Now you must remember that if a noun ends with a consonant or a letter Y, then it is always a masculine with no exceptions whatsoever. Then the second group are the nouns that are feminine nouns. So how do you know if a noun is a feminine noun in Russian language? So this is quite straightforward. If a noun ends with an A or Ya, then it is almost always. But there are a few exceptions. So if a noun ends with an A, but it actually is referring to a man, then this noun is going to be a masculine noun, irrespective of the fact that it actually ends with an A, like in examples. Papa, dedushka, юноша. So all of these words, papa, father, dedushka, grandpa, юноша, youngster, are referring to a man, and therefore, even though they end with an A, are actually masculine noun. But in most cases, if a noun ends with an A or Ya, it means that there will be actually a feminine noun, like in examples. Картина ends with an A, it's feminine. Семья ends with Ya, it's feminine as well. История ends with Iya, and it's feminine noun as well. So the most important endings to know for feminine nouns are letter A, девочка, картина, доска. The second ending, the most common, is Я, like in examples семья, кухня. And the third most common ending for feminine nouns is Iya, like in example демонстрация, конструкция. And the third category that we're going to have a look at in terms of a gender of a nouns are neutrum nouns. So how do you know if a noun is neutrum? So if a noun ends with a letter O, then it is always neutrum, like кольцо, кресло, лицо. Also, if a noun ends with the letter E, like an example, солнце, море, поле, then it will always be a neutrum noun. As well as if it ends with ие, like здание, расписание, it is always a neutrum noun. And the last ending that you need to remember for neutrum nouns is мя, like знамя, имя, время. Those are the nouns that are in gender neutrum nouns. Now the second category that we're going to have a look at is how to form plural form of the nouns. Now, first of all, we're going to have a look at how to form a plural for the nouns that end with a consonant or that ends with the letter A. So, in this case, for example, if we have a singular noun, stole, the plural would be stali. We have for a feminine example of a noun cartina, then this would be in plural cartiny. So for this group, the first group are the nouns that end with the letter A or that ends with a consonant. Then we simply need to add an ending I, твердый I, a hard I. So the second group of the nouns are the nouns that end with the letter Y, like tramvай, or the ending with ya, like семья, or iya, линия, or a soft sign like рубль или дверь. Now, in this case, the main ending that we have for a singular, we need to replace it with I. So, how do I do that? So, рубль in plural would be рубли, дверь, двери, трамвай, трамваи, семьи, линия, линии. So the main ending for this group is I. And there is also a third group. So how do I form a plural for the nouns that end with O, ye, mя? So for the neutrum nouns, and it's slightly different. So if a neutrum noun ends with an O, letter O, then a plural would be ending with A. So if we have an example of окно, then the plural would be окна. And did you notice that the actually stress in the word actually jumped to the base of the word? So instead of окно, which is the stressing the ending of the word, now in the plural form of this word, the stress is on the base of the word. It's окна. If a neutrum noun ends with e, like море, then the plural would be моря, ending with я. And if neutrum nouns end with мя, then the plural would be ending with ena, like an example, имя, имена, семя, семена. Remember that I said if a masculine noun ends with a consonant, then the ending for the plural, to form a plural, would be твердый I или ы, like stole, стали. But remember that if that consonant is considered a soft consonant, which is к, г, х, ш, щ, ч, ж, then there is an orthographic rule in Russian language, which means that you always need to actually write a soft I. Like an example, мальчик, мальчики, плащ, плащи, орех, орехи, нож, ножи, мяч, мячи. So you need to keep this in mind. You need to learn that after the soft consonant к, г, х, ш, щ, ч, ж, you need to write мягкий I, a softy instead of твердый I when you are forming a plural of the nouns. And now let's have a look at the category of the nouns that are actually exceptions and they don't form a plural like the regular nouns. So for example, a noun glass ends with a consonant and is masculine noun, but the plural of this noun is not glazé, like if it would follow the regular rule, but instead it is глаза. Same goes for the noun номер. It's not номеры, but it is номера. And passport, паспорта. So therefore, I'm going to finish our lesson. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss each lesson. And remember to hit the like button if you found the information in this video useful and educational. And let's